Yeah. He missed the start of one of the last. Hello and welcome to Upwey High School Stadium, sponsored by Bendigo Community Bank, Upwey and District, for this round 7 matchup between the Bellarine Storm and the Sherbrooke Suns in the Championship's Women Division. Both teams coming off wins in their previous matches. Sherbrooke with a 13-point win over Wyndham. Bellarine with a 20-point win over Warrandyte. Bellarine come into this top of the table, 8 wins from 8. Sherbrooke currently sit third. They are 6-2. So the first matchup between both teams for the season tonight on a very cold and chilly night here in Upwey. Hopefully we've got a good contest for everyone tonight. Some jumping jacks may be required from the score bench here to keep everyone a bit warm. Although I believe they do have portable heaters and we do not, so we've kind of got the bad end of the stick there. But anyway, let's hope, cross our fingers, cross our toes, cross our arms and legs that we have a good matchup here.
Yeah. It'll be a minute for them to warm up, I think, out on the court.
Oh, let's hope not. Let's hope that we get a quick start.
Well, they've done a fairly good warm-up before the game.
So. Yeah, you'd think so. Keep each other warm. Got the real jam. So, starters for both teams.
Mute it, because it's on. Just mute the laptop.
Fine, whatever. Starters for both teams for the Storm. We're going to have Charlotte Armstrong, Olivia Vert, Olivia Osborne, Jamie Crombie, and Georgia Varley.
Is this the finished? This is the finished one?
Yes.
Yep,
and for the Suns, we've got Zoe Swirling, Tanea Sawalo, Oleana Squires, Mel Pryor, and I can't quite see, Keisha Lee.
No, not. Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
yes.
Keisha. I also couldn't see.
The refs were right in our view. Bit awkward, but that's all right. So we're going to have Lee and Armstrong in the jump here to get us underway. Slight score bench delay, but that is all right.
Probably should have let the music go a little bit.
I was going to say we just sat here in a little bit of awkward silence, but that's all right. I think we're getting to the bottom of it. No, we're not. We're fixing some numbers.
Okay, you ready?
No, I wouldn't. No, leave it. We're good.
Okay, we're okay.
All right, we're getting underway here. Lee for Sherbrooke, Armstrong for Bellarine. Lee wins it, gives to Squires. She gives to Pryor. Pryor looking to drive on Crombie. Her shot doesn't fall. Crombie picks up the rebound, and we'll go the other way now for the Storm for their first attacking possession of the match. Crombie kicks to Vert. Vert fakes the three, looks to drive on the weak side. Her shot, no good. Armstrong picks up the offensive board. She puts it back up, doesn't fall. Squires pulls down the rebound for the Suns. She gives over to Lee. Lee looks to drive on Crombie, and a foul called. Keisha Lee will go to the line and shoot two. After the foul from Jamie Crombie. So Keisha Lee at the line looking to get scoring underway for us here. So Lee makes the first. Sherbrooke with the honours of first points here this evening. So Lee gets both to go. 2 for 2. Good start from Keisha Lee from the line. Ball in the hands of Varley for the Storm. She's guarded closely by Zwirling. Gets it over the top to Vert. Crombie fakes the screen, rolls, picks it up, shoots the three. Jamie Crombie banks it in.
3 points, Jamie Crombie.
First three-pointer of the game goes to the Storm. Squires gets it back from Zwirling. She goes over the top to Pryor. Pryor off the glass. It's good. Mel Pryor's first basket of the match. Great pass from Zwirling. She now guards Varley closely. Varley looks to drive weak side, loses it, goes out of court. So it'll be a Sherbrooke ball as they get the stop. So Lee inbounds to Zwirling now. She's got Varley for company. Hands off to Pryor. She goes to Squires now. Left side wing. Wanted Lee in the post. Instead has to go to Sawalo. Doesn't use the screen. Sawalo drives. Puts it up. No good. Lee picks up the offensive board. Kicks out to Zwirling. Zwirling fakes the pass. Drives inside. And lays it in off the glass. Sherbrooke take a quick 3-point lead. Crombie has Lee for company. She gives now to Osborne. She's guarded by Sawalo. 11 on 11. Kicks to Vert. 5 on the shot clock. Bellarine have to put up a shot here. Vert looks for the screen. Has to spin. Jack up a shot. Off the glass. No good. Zwirling rebounds. Gets it over to Squires. Squires to Sawalo. Inside to Pryor. Looking to go to work on Armstrong. Fakes one way. Spins the other. Doesn't fall off the glass. Armstrong rebounds for Bellarine. Vert with the ball in hand. She gives to Armstrong, who rolls off the screen. Back to Vert at the top of the key. She's going to look for Armstrong, who's got the mismatch here on Zwirling. Has to kick to Varley. That's Osborne, rather. Osborne drives, shoots over Lee, and it's good for the Storm.
2 points, Olivia Osborne.
So Sherbrooke leads 6-5 early on here in the first. Sawalo goes over the top to Lee. Lee looks to drive baseline. She spins, puts up the shot. No good. Zwirling picks up the offensive board. Her fadeaway mid-ranger just doesn't fall. And Vert picks up the rebound for the Storm. Varley looking to drive through the middle of the court. Will draw a foul on the Sherbrooke 2, Zoe Zwirling. So ball in the hands of Vert. She kicks to Varley. Gets the screen from Crombie. Varley's three is good.
3 points, Georgia Varley.
So Bellarine now take the lead once more. Ball in the hands of Sawalo. She fakes the pass, drives in, puts it in off the glass. So Varley guarded by Zwirling. She gives to Vert. Waits for the screen from Armstrong. Gives it over to Armstrong, who rolls off the screen. Her shot too much on it. Picks up the offensive board. Can't follow it up and in, but she draws a foul and will shoot 2.
Fouls on number 34, Keisha Lee.
So Armstrong draws the foul on Keisha Lee and will go to the line and shoot 2.
Charlotte Armstrong to the line.
So Armstrong's first one is good. It's her first basket of the evening. Second one doesn't fall for Armstrong. Lee pulls down the rebound for Sherbrooke. She's looking to dribble the ball up the court. Eventually gets it into the hands of Zwirling. The ring general here for the Suns. She kicks to Pryor. Pryor's going to go for 3 over Crombie. No good. Vert rebounds for the Storm. Varley waits for the screen from Crombie. Crombie rolls, gets another open 3 ball. It's good for Jamie Crombie.
3 points, Jamie Crombie.
So Squires now down the other end for the Sherbrooke. Almost no good for Squires. Zwirling pulls down the offensive board. 10 on the shot clock. Looks to drive. Mid-ranger from Zwirling. Doesn't fall. Varley rebounds for Bellarine. She slows down the play. Kicks all the way across to Crombie. She's going to fire another 3. It's good for Jamie Crombie.
3 points, Jamie Crombie.
She's 3 for 3 from behind the arc to get us started. So Pryor gives to Zwirling. Do Sherbrooke have an answer here? Squires fires the 3. No good. Varley rebounds. Very minimal presence from the Suns in regards to rebounds at the moment. Varley drives it in right side, lays it up and in off the glass, and that's going to force the timeout from Sherbrooke.
17 to 8, 5:05 on the clock.
So Bellarine currently hold a 9-point lead, 17 to 8, with 5 minutes and 5 seconds to play in the first term. Jamie Crombie on fire from behind the arc. She's 3 for 3. Bellarine 4 for 4 from behind the arc. The other one coming from Georgia Varley. Bellarine look to be their dominant selves here at the start of the match, showing why they are currently undefeated. They hold a 9-point lead with just a smidge over 5 minutes to play in the first. So we're back underway with the ball in the hands of Sherbrooke. Courtney Hollywood has checked in for the Storm. Sherbrooke with an unchanged lineup from before that timeout. Ball in the hands of Sawalo. Looks to go to work on Varley. She passes underside for Squires. Squires spins. Can't convert the basket, but she draws a foul. So Oleana Squires will go to the line and shoot 2. Squires' first one bounces nicely. It's her first basket of the night. Second one, not so nicely, but Pryor pulls down the offensive board. Kicks back out to Squires. She looks for Lee in the post on Crombie. Lee goes to work, puts up the shot, doesn't fall. Sawalo rebounds. Her shot deflected away by Hollywood and picked up by Crombie. Vert guarded by Squires, kicks to Crombie, who swings one more to Varley. Varley fakes the three, drives inside. Floater from Varley is good.
2 points, Georgia Valley.
Varley up to 7 points now. As Zwirling gets it back from Lee, guarded by Hollywood. Squires goes to Sawalo. She looks to drive baseline, gives over the top to Lee, but it's deflected out of court by Vert. So it'll be a Sherbrooke ball with 7 on the shot clock. As Lucy Howard checks in for Charlotte Armstrong. Zwirling's inbound ball finds Pryor. Pryor fading away.
2 points, Mel Pryor.
Pops it up and in. So Bellarine lead by 8 with 4 minutes to play in the first. Varley has Squires for company. Looks to drive baseline. Her shot doesn't fall, but she will go to the line after drawing the foul on Oleana Squires.
Foul's number 24, Oleana Squires.
So it'll be Georgia Varley back at the line. So Varley makes her first. She's currently shooting 3 for 3 from the field. So Varley makes both. She's up to 9. Joins Jamie Crombie as top scorers on the court. Squires gives over to Zwirling. Sherbrooke need an answer here. Swallow guarded by Varley. She looks to drive, puts up the shot, and it falls for Swallow. Nice move from Tanea Sawalo. So 3.5 to play in the first. Crombie kicks to Howard, top of the key. She gives to Vert, looking inside for Crombie. Crombie fakes the pass, looks for the shot over Lee. Just doesn't go. Howard pulls down the offensive board. She can't get it to go. But the rebound falls out of court off Mel Pryor. So Bellarine will take the inbound ball with 14 on the shot clock. So the inbound ball finds Vert. She gives to Hollywood. Now looking for Howard. Howard looks to come under the rim, but she steps out of court, so it'll be a Sherbrooke ball. Sherbrooke make a double substitution. Tegan Burton and Louise Karajic-Powell check in.
And Louise Karajic-Powell checking in.
For Zoe Zwirling and Mel Pryor. Hoping they can make an impact here for the Suns. Squires. She kicks to Burton. Burton looks inside for Lee in the post. Looks to go to work on Crombie. Lee spins. Hits the shot.
Points, Keisha Lee.
So Lee's up to 4 points now in the match. Hollywood looks to drive in right side. She kicks to Varley. One more to Crombie. Crombie looks to drive through the middle. She finds Howard underneath. Howard fakes the shot. Puts it up and in.
2 points, Lucy Howard.
For her first basket. Squires goes for 3. Shot doesn't fall. Long rebound. Ends up in the hands of Crombie. She looks over the top for Vert, but it's cut off by Karajic-Powell. Karajic-Powell draws a foul.
Foul's number 8, Olivia Vert.
On Olivia Vert.
That's her second person.
Vert's second foul. As Bellarine makes a substitution, Olivia Vert will check out for the Bellarine 17, Piper Copeland. So Squires with ball in hand. She goes to Karajic-Powell. Back to Squires. Yet to make a field goal. Gives to Sawalo. Looks over the top for Karajic-Powell underneath the basket. But the ref found a 3-second violation. So it's a Bellarine ball. Crombie inbounds to Hollywood. She gets past Squires. She's got an open 3. No one near her. Doesn't fall. She picks up the offensive rebound. Almost the smallest player on the court. Kicks to Crombie, top of the key. Her shot doesn't go. Rebounds crashed out of court. Off Storm hands. So it'll be a Sherbrooke ball. So ball in the hands of Squires. She goes to Swallow. Wants the screen from Karajic-Powell. Kicks to Lee. Keisha Lee launches a 3.
3 points, Keisha Lee.
Sherbrooke's first 3 ball of the match found through Keisha Lee. A minute and a half to play in the first. Varley launches a 3. That doesn't fall. The rebound bounces out of court. So it'll be a Sherbrooke ball as Bellarine make a double sub. Charlotte Armstrong and Olivia Osborne checking in. And Eliza Shanahan checking in for the Suns. So Squires ball in hand. 70 seconds to play here in the first. Lee gives to Squires. Ball with Shanahan now. She looks to get past Copeland, but she cannot, and a 3-second violation is called. So Hollywood gives to Varley. Varley looks to drive baseline, kicks to Hollywood. One more to Copeland. She launches a 3 over Lee. No good. Burton rebounds. She hands to Squires. Sherbrooke looking to put some pace on the ball this time. It's knocked away by Hollywood. Picked up by Copeland. Back to Hollywood now. She launches a 3. Doesn't fall. Burton rebounds once more. Ball knocked out of her hands, but luckily to Karajik Powell for the Suns. 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And Sherbrooke looking to hold. Burton gives to Shanahan in the corner. She's going to launch a 3. Doesn't fall. Karajik Powell looks to hustle the rebound, but Armstrong pulls it down. 7 seconds to play. Ball with Varley. She wants to screen from Armstrong. She drives right side. Varley's layup doesn't fall, but she will go to the line to shoot 2 in the shadows of this first term.
Fouls number 13, Tegan Burton.
So the foul called on Burton. Varley's first one in and out. Sherbrooke will be breathing a sigh of relief. That one, that's only the second shot that she's missed in the first. And I've put the moz on her. That's the third one she's missed.
And that wraps up the first quarter, 23-18. Bellarine in the lead.
That brings us to the end of the first term. Bellarine Storm currently hold a 5-point lead, 23-18.
No, it's been doing it the whole time.
Oh, really? I only heard it right at the end.
It's because it's not doing it when you talk to you. I haven't been talking, so I've just been listening.
It doesn't usually. You want to see it slap so if that's no. Oh, yeah, there'll be some people watching this because they promoted it on Instagram. I saw it because they tagged Sherbrooke.
I don't know why. I know, I saw it.
So we're about to get back underway for play in the second term. Current leading point scorers on the court. There is a tie between Jamie Crombie and Georgia Varley. They both have 9 for the Storm. As we get back underway, Olivia Osborne in charge of the inbound. She gives to Armstrong. She's guarded closely by Karajic Powell. Hands off to Copeland. She kicks to Varley. Waits for the screen from Armstrong. Armstrong rolls. Can't get the pass there. It's with Hollywood. Hollywood spins off the glass. No good. Rebound off hands. Ends up with Copeland. She gives to Osborne. Looking inside for Armstrong. But the pass can't find the mark. And it's picked up by Sherbrooke. So Zwirling gives off to Squires. She goes to Karajic Powell. Now to Burton, looking inside for Lee. Mid-range shot over Armstrong, in and out for Keisha Lee. Varley to Armstrong. Now to Hollywood, guarded closely by Squires. Gives back to Varley, who's got Zwirling for company. She looks to drive, right side. Shot doesn't go. Picked up by Squires now for the Suns. She's going to go with the long two over Armstrong.
2 points, Oleana Squires.
It's good for Squires. So first field goal of the match. They're going to need her to catch fire here. And a travel picked up by the ref. So it'll be Sherbrooke's ball as Olivia Vert checks in for the Storm for Georgia Varley. So Zwirling gives to Karajic Powell. Then to Burton. Burton looking over the top for Lee. Doesn't find the pass, but Bellarine can't pick it up cleanly and it falls out of court. So Sherbrooke with a reprieve. Have the inbound pass. Burton gives to Lee. Lee banks it in off the glass.
2 points, Keisha Lee.
So Hollywood guarded closely by Zwirling once again. She gives to Vert. Vert looks to drive on Burton baseline. And Vert draws the foul and will go to the line. As Bellarine make a substitution. Jamie Crombie checking in for Piper Copeland. So Olivia Vert at the line looking for her first points. First one is good. The first one falls for Vert. And she makes it 2 for 2. So Lee gives to Zwirling. Sherbrooke currently trail 25 to 22. 8 minutes to play. Squires looks to drive left side. Shot is blocked by Osborne. And it has hit Squires as she was standing out of court. So it's a Bellarine ball. Hollywood with ball in hand once more for the Storm. She gives over to Vert. Vert waits for the screen from Armstrong. Looks for the pass over the top. It's tipped out of court. It's going to be a Bellarine ball as the Storm call a timeout.
And a timeout called for Bellarine. 25-22, 7:49 on the clock.
So Bellarine hold a 3-point lead with just under 8 minutes to play in the second. They currently lead 25 to 22.
That was scary. I meant this. I didn't have my mic on.
So teams about to break from their huddles. Bellarine with a very minimal 3-point lead. Sherbrooke looking to fight back after a poor start, which saw them trailing by 9 after the first 5 minutes of play. It's Olivia Osborne to take the inbound here for the Storm. She wants to look inside, instead has to kick out to Hollywood, who looks to drive. Floater over the top of Burton, doesn't go. Squires rebounds. Gives to Karajic Powell. Now across to Zwirling. Zwirling kicks out to Burton. Back to Zwirling. She's guarded closely by Vert. Wants the screen from Lee. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Zwirling looks to go to work. Mid-ranger from the free throw line. Doesn't go. Long rebound falls to Vert for the Storm. Her dribble almost goes amiss, but she holds on to it. Armstrong goes to Hollywood. Looks for three over the top of Burton. It's good for Courtney Hollywood.
3 points, Courtney Hollywood.
That's her first basket of the match. Bellarine lead by 6. Squires goes to Zwirling. Over the top for Lee. Lee rolls off the screen.
2 points, Keisha Lee.
And pops it up and in. Off the backboard. So Hollywood once more. Ball ends up in the hands of Vert. She goes for 3 over Burton. Doesn't fall. Rebound comes off hands. Ends up with Zwirling. She goes cross court to Squires. She goes for the mid-ranger this time. It's good.
2 points, Oleana Squires.
Squires up to 5 points now. Sherbrooke back within 2. Vert looks to go to Crombie, who rolls off the screen. Gets there, but Squires cuts off the pass, and then Burton forces the jump.
A jump ball call, the Suns' possession.
Sherbrooke will pick up possession from the jump as Tanea Sawalo and Mel Pryor check back in for the Suns for Louise Karajic Powell and Zoe Zwirling. Ball is with Lee. She gives to Pryor, who swings one more to Squires. Looking inside, decides to drive instead. Squires' finger roll doesn't fall. Lee somehow picks up the offensive board, throws it over her head to Squires. She looks inside for Pryor. Pass, just a miss, picked up by Hollywood. Armstrong working hard down the other end. She will pop in the open layup. No! Off the underside of the rim. Sherbrooke counting their lucky blessings at the moment after that one. Squires has to kick out to Sawalo. Left-hand side wing. She goes over the top to Lee. Out to Squires. She fakes the 3. Looks to drive. But she's drawn a foul on the Storm number 8, Olivia Vert. That'll be her third personal. So Georgia Varley checks in now for Vert after picking up her third personal. Prior to inbound for the Suns. Looks to give to Squires. Her pass cut off by Varley. Varley drives down the other end. Shot was blocked by Squires, but she did foul in the process.
Fouls on number 24, Oleana Squires.
So Varley will go to the line and shoot 2.
That is her second personal.
So Squires will now check out for Zoe Zwirling
Checking back in.
after picking up her second personal. So Georgia Varley back at the line now for the Storm. First one in and out. Second one goes for Georgia Varley.
Second 3-point lead to the Storm.
So Zwirling with ball in hand for the Suns. She gives to Pryor, top of the key. Now to Burton, looks over the top for Lee. 10 on the shot clock. Lee looks to get to work. Mid-ranger, doesn't fall. Rebound comes off hands, ends up with Armstrong. Hollywood gives to Osborne. She gives to Armstrong, now to Varley. Guarded by Sawalo, she kicks to Osborne again. Osborne looks to drive through the middle. Finger roll over the top of Pryor is good for Olivia Osborne.
2 points, Olivia Osborne.
She's got 4 points now. And Bellarine's lead back out to 5. Zwirling fakes one way, goes the other. Mid-ranger, Zoe Zwirling, no good. The ref has called a foul on the Sherbrooke number 30, Mel Pryor. Bellarine make a substitution. Charlotte Armstrong checks out. Lucy Howard checking back in.
First personal.
So Hollywood has the ball. She gets around, swirling past Lee. Her mid-range shot is good. Courtney Hollywood.
2 points, Courtney Hollywood.
So Sawalo goes over the top to Pryor. Pryor lays it in. So Hollywood has the ball back in hand, or as the announcer over the loudspeaker here called her, Hollywood. Howard kicks to Osborne. She goes to Varley, top of the key. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Deep three, Georgia Varley. It's good.
3 points, Georgia Varley.
Great shot, Georgia Varley. She's up to 13 now.
In my defence, it was a good try.
Varley 2 for 3 from behind the arc. Sawalo gives to Burton in the corner. She's going to unload a 3 off the top of the rim. Backboard, rather. Offensive rebound was picked up by Pryor. And she draws a foul.
Fouls on number 25, Lucy Howard.
On the Bellarine 25, Lucy Howard.
Eliza Shanahan checking in.
And the Storm call a timeout.
And a timeout called, 36-28.
Storm hold an 8-point lead with 3.5 to play in the first half. They lead 36-28.
We're not going to talk about that.
What, Hollywood?
Yeah, Hollywood. Yeah, that's my bad, Hollywood. I do know how to say your name.
Oh, Lord. You
To be fair, I
didn't.
don't even think I announced it at the start properly, did I? I said,
Oh, no.
I think I said wood. I think.
Yeah, you did.
I think I skipped over hollow.
You find something to butcher most weeks, but that's all right. You try your best, and we love you for that. So 3.5 to play in the second quarter. Top scorers on the court for the Suns. Keisha Lee has 11. She's shooting 50% from the field. And for Bellarine, Georgia Varley leads all comers on the court with 13, shooting 80% from the field. 2 for 3 from behind the three-point line, and we're going to return to play with Mel Pryor at the line shooting 2.
Mel Pryor to the line to shoot 2.
As Eliza Shanahan has checked back in. This time for Tegan Burton for the Suns. First one's good for Pryor. She's up to 7 points now. The taller Sherbrooke players currently their top scorers. Second one is good for Pryor as well.
The second 6-point lead to the Storm.
So Hollywood, she's going to kick to Osborne. Fakes the pass to Howard. Instead goes to Varley. She's going to unload another 3. No good. Osborne tries to claim the rebound, but it falls out of her fingers and is picked up by Zwirling. She gives to Sawalo. Sawalo fakes the 3, looks inside for Pryor. Pryor spins.
2 points, Mel Pryor.
Gets it to go off the glass. So Varley, she's going to give to Osborne, top of the key. She spins, kicks to Hollywood. Hollywood looks now for Howard. Howard, long pass across to Varley. 7 on the shot clock. She drives through the middle. Her shot's no good. But draws a foul, so she'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Fouls on number 22, Eliza Shanahan. As Bridget Gamble checks in.
So Bridget Gamble's going to check in for her first minutes for the Suns for Keisha Lee. So Varley's first shot is good.
Georgia Varley knocks down the first.
Second one good as well for Varley. Varley 4 for 6 from the free throw line. Ball with Shanahan, left side wing. She gives to Sawalo. Looks over the top for Pryor. Looks to go to work on Howard. She spins. Shot doesn't fall. Rebound picked up by Crombie for the Storm. She goes with a cross-court pass to Varley. She's forced to slow down. Crombie across to Osborne. Almost picked up by the Suns, but Varley will mop up for the Storm. with 10 on the shot clock. Varley hands to Hollywood. Hollywood looks to drive. Her shot over Pryor is good for Courtney Hollywood. She's got 7 now off the bench for the Suns. For the Storm, rather, not the Suns. So 2 minutes to play in the first half. Pryor goes to Zwirling. Zwirling going to launch a 3. She doesn't fall. Crombie rebounds. She goes over the top to Varley. Guarded closely by Gamble. Crombie goes to Hollywood. Across to Varley. Varley fakes the shot, drives inside, passes to Howard. Howard lays it in off the glass. Got a slight stoppage for a referee's shoelace. As Bellarine make a sub, Charlotte Armstrong checks in for Jamie Crombie. Zwirling gives to Sawalo. She's got Osborne for company. Osborne tips it away. Pryor dives on it, as well as Armstrong and Varley. And it'll force a jump ball, and it'll be a Bellarine ball.
Round of applause for our floor wipers.
So it's a Bellarine basketball with a minute and a half in the first half. Osborne looks inside for Armstrong. She kicks to Hollywood. Hollywood fakes the 3, drives, hands off to Howard. Copy and paste from the Storm. So Sawalo gives to Zwirling. Zwirling looks to drive, kicks to Shanahan. Fakes the 3. But she's called for a travel.
And a travel call.
So Hollywood gives to Osborne. And Osborne called for a travel now. So all that's really done is taken 10 seconds off the clock.
46.5 seconds left in the first half.
I don't know why this is cutting out.
Zwirling, ball in hand, top of the key. She wants to kick out to Sawalo. It eventually gets there. She goes across to Shanahan. She's going to unload. Her shot doesn't go. Rebound off hands. Ends up with Zwirling.
Foul number 9, Courtney Hollywood.
Not Hollywood, Hollywood. Well done. So Sherbrooke to inbound from the baseline with 30 seconds. Ball in the hands of Zwirling. Looks to go over the top to Shanahan. Her pass cut off by Hollywood. She goes around Shanahan and finds Varley.
2 points, Georgia Varley.
Varley up to 17 now. No shot clock for this final play for the Suns. 8 seconds. Sawalo looks to drive inside. She picks it up. Mid-range shot
2 points, Tanea Sawalo.
from Tanea Sawalo is good. 1 second on the clock. Hollywood. Not sure whether that was a shot or a pass, but it doesn't matter.
And that wraps up the first half. 46-34. Storm in the lead.
But Bellarine will take a 12-point lead into the big break. They won that quarter by 7 points. 23-16.
Yeah, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes or so to go over some stats and some sponsors.
That is correct. So Bellarine take a 12-point lead into the half. They lead 46-34.
canteen is open upstairs if you want to grab something to eat. The Sherbrooke Basketball Association would like to thank our major sponsors for their continued support. Firstly, we're very pleased to announce the Community Bank Upway and District part of Bendigo Bank has joined us as a stadium sponsor. Their generous support of our club is all thanks to the customers as the community, as the bank is based on a profit with purpose model. Secondly, I'd like to thank Knox Ford, located down in Ferntree Gully. They specialise in online vehicle sales. Their service ensures peace of mind from purchasing in the comfort of your own home or office. We'd next like to thank Paradise Valley Hotel, located in Clematis, for a great meal and a great atmosphere. Hills Physiotherapy, located in Emerald, Rowville, and now in Knox. South Ashburton Service Station for first class vehicle servicing. And iAthletic, our team's clothing supplier.
Leave that there for a sec. I gotta fix something. Did you get a half-time seat?
So play due to get back underway here at Upwey High School Stadium, sponsored by Bendigo Community Bank, Upwey and District, in about 50 seconds. Bellarine hold a 12-point lead. At the half, they currently lead 46-34. Top scorers on the court for the Suns. Keisha Lee, she has 11. For Bellarine, Georgia Varley leads all comers with 17.
What can I say? It really bothered me.
So it'll be a Sherbrooke basketball to get us back underway. Squires gives over to Sawalo. She wants the screen from Lee, gets it. Lee rolls, receives the pass. She looks to go to work on Varley. She looks for the pass to Pryor. It's cut off by Armstrong. Her dribble goes a miss. Picks it up and dribbles again. So a double dribble called. It'll be a Sherbrooke basketball. It'll be Burton trusted to inbound. She goes with the pass over the top to Squires. Gives back to Burton. Open corner three for Burton. Shot doesn't go. Lee looks to rebound over Vert. Instead, it falls to Armstrong. Varley at the top of the key. She gives to Osborne. Osborne guarded closely by Pryor. Gives inside to Crombie in the post. She goes to work on Burton.
2 points, Jamie Crombie.
Spins and shoots well. Squires hands off to Sawalo. She goes to Burton, who goes to Squires. Squires, long two, is good.
2 points, Ariana Squires.
She's now got 7. Crombie gives to Armstrong. She goes to Vert. Vert back out to Osborne. 6 seconds on the shot clock. She looks for a pass over the top. It's picked up by Sawalo. Squires behind the back. Looks to shoot over Varley. Shot doesn't go. But she draws the foul. So Oleana Squires will go to the line and shoot 2. So the first one falls for Squires. Second one doesn't. Rebound comes off hands, picked up by Pryor. She looks to kick out the top to Burton, but the pass too much on it, ends up with Sawalo in the other half of the court. So cross-court violation for the Suns. Osborne inbounds for the Storm. She gives to Varley. Varley hands to Vert, fakes the shot, looks to drive inside. Defended by Pryor, shot doesn't go. Squires rebounds. Squires to Lee. Lee goes across to Sawalo. Sawalo's going to fire a three. No good. Crombie rebounds. Varley has to kick out to Armstrong. And she now gives back to Varley. She goes for three over Burton. In and out for Georgia Varley. Picked up by Squires. She fakes one way, goes the other. Reverse layup for Squires, doesn't go. Lee pulls down the offensive board. She gets that one up and in. So Bellarine lead by 9. 7.5 to play in the third. Crombie goes to Vert. Looks to drive on Burton, but a travel is called. So it'll be a Sherbrooke ball. Squires ball in hand, leading the charge for the Suns. Pryor kicks to Sawalo, looks inside for Lee once more, looking to go to work. But a travel's called.
And a travel called as Bellarine ball.
So the Bellarine ball once more. So Crombie goes over to Vert. Vert's going to fire a three over Lee. Shot doesn't go. Long rebound ends up in the hands of Squires for the Suns. Squires double 10. Gets it over the top to Pryor. Pryor drives inside. Her shot's no good, but she'll go to the line and shoot two.
Number 7, Charlotte Armstrong.
Courtney Hollywood going to check back in for the Storm. She replaces Olivia Osborne. So the first one doesn't fall for Pryor. So the second one goes for Pryor. The Suns trail by 8. 6 minutes 35 to play in the third. Hollywood goes to Vert. She goes to Crombie, who rolls after the screen. Crombie's three. Doesn't fall off the glass. Burton rebounds. Squires, long pass up to Sawalo. She wants Pryor in the post. Gets it there. Kicks out to Lee. Lee launches a three. It's good for Keisha Lee.
3 points, Keisha Lee.
She's up to 16. Bellarine in the hands of Hollywood. She looks inside for Crombie, who cuts. Crombie's pass cut off by Sawalo. She gets around Varley. Stops the dribble, has to go out to Burton. She goes over to Lee. Now to Squires. Waits for the screen from Lee. Squires spins, but her dribble gets caught up in the screen of Lee. As Bellarine call a timeout. They lead by 5. 48 to 43. So we restart play with a Bellarine ball from the baseline. Ball in the hands of Varley. She gives out to Vert. Vert looks to drive through the middle. Her shot up and over Pryor is good off the glass.
2 points, Olivia Vert.
Squires gives to Sualo. Back to Squires. Over the top looking for Pryor. Pryor picks it up. But it falls out of court after she runs into the wall of Crombie. Sherbrooke make a substitution. Louise Karajic-Powell checks in for Mel Pryor. Ball at the top of the key in the hands of Varley. She goes to Hollywood. Hollywood looking to drive through the middle. Dribble comes off her knee. Picked up by Sualo. Sualo face to go inside. Goes outside. Looks over the top for Karajic-Powell. Ball through her hands. Rebounds off her face to Hollywood. Hollywood looks inside for Armstrong. Armstrong spins. Kicks to Varley. Varley gets an open 3 ball. No good. Rebound comes off hands and it's picked up by Hollywood. She gives to Varley. Varley drives inside. She draws a foul and will shoot 2. After the foul from Tegan Burton. Charlotte Armstrong checks out for Lucy Howard. That is Burton's 3rd foul. And Zoe Zwirling checks back in for the Suns for Burton. So Varley at the line hits the first. And the second off the bounce. So Varley up to 19. Bellarine leads by 9. Squires kicks to Karajic-Powell in the corner. She fakes the 3, drives inside. Kicks to Sualo in the other corner. She launches a 3. No good. Howard rebounds in front of Karajic-Powell. And now Vert for the Storm. Looks to hand off to Hollywood. It's guarded well by Zwirling. Ball gets to Crombie. Kicks back out to Vert. Vert looks to drive inside. And the ref's called a jump ball. So it'll be a Storm ball. So the inbound ball to be taken by Hollywood. Varley looking to drive baseline. She kicks to Howard. Howard's mid-range shot is good for the Storm. Their lead back to double digits now after that basket. Squires fakes the 3. Kicks to Sualo. She goes one more to Zwirling. Back to Squires. She's going to fire a 3 now. It's good for Oleana Squires. That's her first 3. So Vert. She looks inside for Howard. Howard looks to post on Karajic-Powell. Just doesn't go for Lucy Howard. So Zwirling. Karajic-Powell. Back over to Zwirling. Gives to Sualo. She hands off to Squires. 7 on the shot clock. Squires drives through the middle. Shot blocked by Crombie. And out of court. It'll be a Sherbrooke ball. It's Piper Copeland checks back in for the Storm. She replaces Olivia Vert. So Zwirling, inbound, finds Lee. Lee banks it in off the glass, draws the foul. So she'll go to the line for the and one. So Lee nails the free throw. She's got 17 now. So Crombie. Crombie gives to Varley. Varley's going to launch a three. No good. Rebound picked up by Squires, but it falls out of her hands to Hollywood. She gives to Crombie. She's going to launch a long three. Just short. Rebound Squires. Handed off to Zwirling. 2.5 to play in the third. Sawalo gives to Zwirling. Looks inside for Karajic Powell. Karajic Powell picks it up eventually. Looks to put up the shot. But a 3-second violation's called. So it'll be a Bellarine ball. Bellarine made a substitution there. Olivia Vert made way. So Copeland kicks to Armstrong. And Armstrong has been called for a travel. It'll be a Sherbrooke ball. So Zwirling in the corner. Long pass across to Squires. She fires three. No good. Rebound eventually picked up by Zwirling. And an offensive foul called. So off the offensive foul, Hollywood gives to Copeland. 2 minutes to play in the third. She goes to Varley. Varley kicks out to Hollywood. Gets the screen from Armstrong. Kicks out to Copeland. Copeland's going to go for three over Lee. Shot doesn't go. Armstrong rebounds for the Storm. She looks to drive baseline. And the refs call the foul. On the Sherbrooke 20, Louise Karajic Powell. So the inbound from Copeland finds Hollywood. Her dribble goes amiss after the tip from Zwirling. Copeland trusted to inbound once more. Back to Hollywood. Wants the screen from Armstrong. Doesn't use it. Instead drives baseline. And draws a foul on the shot. So Courtney Hollywood will go to the line and shoot two. Both teams make substitutions. Olivia Osborne checks in for Lucy Howard. Mel Pryor checks in for Keisha Lee. As Zwirling picked up her third personal on that foul. Hollywood makes the first. And the second as well. So Shanahan checks in now for the Suns. For Sawalo. Oh, the announcer's just called poor old Hollywood again. We might get him off the microphone for that now. Ball with Squires. She's going to launch a long two. Doesn't fall. Zwirling crashes the offensive board. Her and Hollywood force the jump. And it'll be a Sherbrooke ball. So inbound ball finds Squires. Squires looks to drive. Her shot around Armstrong. Doesn't find the mark. Hollywood picks it up. Gives to Osborne. She gives it back to Hollywood. Hollywood looks to drive. Her shot blocked by Karajic Powell. But out of court. So it's a Bellarine ball. with a minute to play. Inbound ball finds Hollywood. She goes over the top to Armstrong, who rolls off the screen. Her shot doesn't fall. Rebound off hands, ends up with Squires. Zwirling. 45 seconds to play in the third. Has to go to Squires. She gives to Shanahan. She gives to Zwirling. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Ball with Squires. Squires kicks to Shanahan. Shanahan's going to put up the shot. It's short. She crashes the offensive boards. Puts it back up. No good. Karajic-Powell picks up the offensive board once more. Third offensive board here. Kicks back out to Karajic-Powell. She fakes off the glass. It's good for Louise Karajic-Powell. That's her first points of the evening and the first points off of Sherbrooke's bench. Coming late in the third. So no shot clock. 9 seconds remain. Ball with Varley. Pryor switches from the screen. Kicks to Hollywood in the corner for three. It's good for Courtney Hollywood to end off the third.
59-51 as we end the third.
Bellarine take an 8-point lead into the third. They lead 59-51. So 10 minutes of basketball to play in this encounter. Bellarine lead by 8 at the end of the third. Top scorers on the court. We now have a tie for the leading scorer across both teams. Keisha Lee with Sherbrooke really led the charge there for their comeback. She's got 19, and so does Georgia Varley for the Storm. But a big time three from Courtney Hollywood. She's got 12 off the bench for the Storm. Big time three to end off the third to bolster Bellarine's lead. So it's going to be Hollywood to inbound for the Storm. So the ball's with Varley. She gives over to Hollywood. Hollywood spins, looks to drive on Zwirling. Drives baseline. Shot is blocked by Zwirling and out of court. So Bellarine will inbound from the baseline. Ball in the hands of Copeland. She gives to Hollywood. Zwirling trips, meaning Hollywood's open shot doesn't fall. Squires rebounds. She goes over the top to Lee and a mismatch on Copeland. Lee goes up and in off the glass. She's got 21. Copeland finds Armstrong. She kicks back out to Copeland. Now to Varley. Sualo switches after the screen. Varley's going to go for three. Doesn't fall. Pryor rebounds for Sherbrooke. Squires finds Zwirling. She looks to drive on Copeland. Kicks to Sualo in the corner. Goes to Squires. Now to Lee. Back over to Swirling in the corner. She's going to fire for 3. No good. Hollywood rebounds for the Storm. Her pass finds Varley. Varley fakes the shot, drives baseline. Just doesn't go for Varley. The rebound tipped away by Charlotte Armstrong and out of court for a Sherbrooke ball. So Zwirling to Pryor. Now to Squires. Ball with Sawalo. She goes over the top to Squires. Squires drives through the middle. Takes a step round. Doesn't fall. Pryor pulls down the offensive board. Her shot no good. Picked up by Hollywood. She goes to Varley. Varley to Osborne. Osborne looks to drive through the middle. She looks to get it across to Hollywood. But off the foot of Sawalo.
And a substitution for Bellarine. Olivia Vert checking back in.
So Olivia Vert checks in now for Piper Copeland for the Storm. Copeland goes to Osborne. Osborne now to Armstrong and over to Varley. Varley kicks in the corner to Hollywood. She fakes, drives baseline. Hollywood shot too much on it. Rebound off hands. Picked up in the end by Hollywood, who gets it up and in off the glass just before the shot clock. So Swirling with ball in hand. Sherbrooke trail by 8. She goes over the top to Lee. Lee looks to go to work on Osborne. But the ref's called an offensive foul. The Storm make a substitution. Lucy Howard checks in. And so does Jamie Crombie. So Varley receives from Hollywood. Ball tipped away and picked up by Squires. She's going to fire a long 2. It's good for Oleana Squires. Great solo play. So Bellarine lead by 6. 7.5 to play. Crombie fakes the handoff. Looks to drive. Left side. Nice drive from Jamie Crombie.
2 points, Jamie Crombie.
Crombie up to 13. Sawalo goes over the top looking for Pryor. Pryor spins. Puts up the shot. No good. Hollywood eventually picks up the rebound. She passes inside to Howard. Howard doesn't pick it up cleanly. Her pass back deflected by Sawalo. Picked up by Lee. Zwirling gives to Squires. She goes across to Sawalo. Sawalo looks to dribble around Varley. She looks inside for Pryor. Pass deflected. Picked up by Zwirling. And she lays it in. Varley kicks to Crombie. She goes to Vert. Crombie rolls after the screen. Mid-range is good from Jamie Crombie.
2 points, Jamie Crombie.
She's got 15. Sawalo looks to go over the top to Pryor. Ball swatted out of court by Howard. Bellarine lead by 8. 6 minutes 20 to play in the fourth. Pryor. She goes out to Zwirling. Zwirling looks to drive baseline. Up and off the glass. Yes!
Zoe Zwirling.
So Zwirling up to 6. Vert. She kicks to Varley. Varley now to Crombie. Crombie looks to drive on Lee. Crombie's drive. Shot doesn't fall. Pryor pulls down the rebound. And the ref's called a foul on the Bellarine 24, Jamie Crombie.
Jamie Crombie.
That's Crombie's third personal.
That's her third personal.
Zwirling gives to Squires. Vert overcommits but has time to regain her composure. Pryor screens and rolls off the screen. Can't get the shot to go. Varley hustles on the rebound, taps it around Lee, and then picks it up. Guarded closely by Squires. She gets it to Vert. Now Varley. Crombie looks to drive through the middle. Ball tipped away by Squires. Picked up by Swallow. She goes out to Squires. Squires fires the three. It's good for Oleana Squires. Only 3 points in it now. Half of the last quarter to play. Crombie kicks to Howard. Howard now gives to Varley. Varley goes to Howard. She's got to fire a three. Shot doesn't fall. Sawalo rebounds. Zwirling picks it up. Fakes the three. Looks inside for Pryor. Kicks out to Lee. Lee for three. Ties the game up. Keisha Lee. And forces a timeout from the Storm.
65 apiece. 4:31 on the...
So scores are level now. 4.5 to play in the final term. 65-65. So we've got 4.5 minutes to play here. Bellarine looking to keep their undefeated streak. Sherbrooke looking to break it. Ball with Vert. She spins on Lee. Vert's shot doesn't fall. Armstrong pulls down the offensive board. And a jump ball's been called. It'll be a Sherbrooke ball. After the jump was forced by Squires. So Lee inbounds. She finds Whirling. Zwirling to Squires. There's been a real spark here, bringing Sherbrooke back into this contest. Ball with Zwirling. She looks to drive. Weak side. Her shot doesn't fall. Pryor pulls down the offensive board. Kicks to Sawalo now. Over to Squires. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Squires looks to drive. Her shot doesn't fall. Well done, Olivia Vert. She keeps it in. Ball with Hollywood. She goes over the top to Varley. Varley looks to drive through the middle. She kicks to Crombie. Hollywood gives back to Crombie. Looking to drive through the middle. Her mid-range shot doesn't go. Lee looks to pull down the rebound. But a foul's been called on Paige Crombie. So that'll be her fourth personal. So Squires goes to Swallow. 3.5 to play. Score's still tied. Zwirling gives to Pryor. Pryor looks to go to work here on Armstrong. Pryor looks to drive, but an offensive foul's been called. Ball with Hollywood. She goes to Vert. Vert, long two. It's good for Olivia Vert.
2 points, Olivia Vert.
Bellarine take the lead back once more. Squires with ball in hand. She's going to fire a three. Good for Oleana Squires. Sherbrooke take the lead for the first time since early in the first as Vert drives baseline. Her shot doesn't go. Squires pulls down the rebound for the Suns. Squires. Soalo, rather. Passes now to Squires. Wants the screen from Lee. Decides not to use it. Her shot over Armstrong doesn't fall. Hollywood rebounds. She goes to Varley. Varley's going to fire a three. Shot doesn't go. Squires rebounds for the Suns once more. Zwirling gives back to Squires. She calls to slow it down. 2:15 to play. Zwirling waits for the screen from Lee. Varley navigates her way around it. Gets Varley moving. Zwirling's mid-ranger from the free throw line is good. She's got 8. And Sherbrooke lead by 3. Varley to Armstrong. Now to Vert. Gives back to Armstrong. Armstrong drives baseline. Her pass back inside. Just makes it over the fingertips of Lee. Hollywood drives in. Shot off the glass. Doesn't go. Pryor rebounds. But Hollywood forces the jump. And it'll be a Bellarine ball.
3-point lead to the Suns. 1:43 on the clock.
So Hollywood inbounds. Finds Varley. Varley drives. She puts up the shot. And it just doesn't bounce the way she wants it to. And the rebound falls out of court. Off hands. And it'll be a Bellarine ball once more. 1:34 to play. Who's going to stand up here for either team? Hollywood's inbound. Eventually has to go to Armstrong, top of the key. She hands to Varley. Varley, 3 over the top of Pryor. Is short. Squires rebounds. So Squires. Looking to waste some time here for the Suns. 1:10 to play. She kicks to Pryor. Pryor's going to launch a 3. Just doesn't fall. Rebound. Zwirling tries to keep it in. But it's out of court. And it's a Bellarine ball with 1 minute to play. Crombie. Gives to Armstrong. Armstrong gives to Vert. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Vert looks to drive. Tipped away by Soalo. Picked up by Squires. Squires looks to get around Vert. And she's fouled.
Fouls on number 8, Olivia Vert.
That'll be Vert's 4th personal.
That's her 4th personal and a timeout call for the Suns.
Sherbrooke calls a timeout.
38.9 on the clock.
38.9 seconds on the clock. They lead by 3, 70-67. So we've got 39 seconds to play in this championship women clash. We've been treated to an absolute classic here at Bendigo Bank Up Iron District Stadium. Keisha Lee has really led the charge here for the Suns in their comeback. She has 24. And for Bellarine, Georgia Varley has 19. But after making 2 of her first 3 attempts from behind the arc, Varley now shooting 2 for 10 from 3. What will this final 38.9 seconds bring? Lee to inbound the ball. 17 seconds on the shot clock for the Suns. Lee's inbound finds Squires. She's guarded closely by Vert. Vert's got to be careful on 4 fouls here. Waits for the screen from Lee. Crombie switches. Squires looks inside for Lee. Lee spins, shoots. It's good for Keisha Lee. So Sherbrooke now lead by 2 baskets.
And a timeout call for Bellarine.
Bellarine calls a timeout. 24.8 to go. Sherbrooke leads by 5, 72 to 67. So we have 24.8 seconds remaining. Bellarine trail by 2 baskets. They are behind by 5, 72 to 67 after leading for almost all of this match. Sherbrooke have mounted a late last quarter comeback. So Crombie trusted with the inbound. She looks over the top for Armstrong. Eventually finds it. Armstrong doesn't get it cleanly. And Zwirling forces a jump. And it'll be a Sherbrooke ball. So they have the ball now, the Suns. No shot clock with only 22 seconds remaining. Bellarine, you would presume, will be forced to foul. Inbound ball finds Zwirling. And as predicted, the Storm do foul. But they need one more foul to force Sherbrooke into the bonus.
That's a second personal.
So Lee entrusted with the inbound. She gives to Zwirling. Zwirling just looking to hold. She does get it over half court. Avoids all the defenders. Forces the foul from Crombie. But Zwirling has taken a vital 8 seconds off the clock with that dribble.
And that is her 5th personal.
But that is Crombie's 5th personal. So Olivia Osborne checking in. So Zoe Zwirling at the line. Her first one is good. So Sherbrooke leads by 6. Zwirling one more free throw to take. 11.6 on the clock.
Zoe Zwirling knocks down the second.
So Zwirling makes both. Sherbrooke leads by 3 baskets now. Hollywood pace on it. Looks to give to Vert. Her pass goes amiss and out of court. And that will be all she wrote.
9 seconds on the clock.
Bellarine's undefeated streak going to be snapped here by the Suns. So Lee inbounds to Squires, but that will be it. So Sherbrooke are going to run out 7-point leaders.
And that wraps up the game for tonight. 74-67, Suns taking this one.
So Sherbrooke wins by 7, 74 to 67. Keisha Lee leading all comers on the court with 26 points. For Bellarine, it was Georgia Varley with 19. Leading rebounders on the court, Oleana Squires picking up 12 for the Suns.
Back in 20 minutes for the Div 2 men.
Georgia Varley also had 7 assists
Is open.
for the Storm. Tanea Sawalo, 7 for the Suns. But Sherbrooke run out 7-point leaders with a final quarter comeback. They win 74 to 67.